Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Let me get on to the live chat. Melanie, Christina, Shine On, Sapphire, Cindy Hill, Mike, good morning. Gosh, I'm having a hard time getting going this morning. I woke up with kind of like a headache a little bit. I just need to get enough coffee in me, I guess. Then I'll start to feeling better. Anyways, it's a beautiful day outside again, for real. So I'm not going to be on too long this morning. I say that every morning, don't I? I got us some things to talk about. There's going to be a senator in Connecticut is introducing a new law in honor of Jennifer Farber Dulos. It's called Jennifer's Law. So I want to read to y'all what that law is. Hey, Z Storage, Ola, how are you doing? Buenos dias. Good morning. I'm learning Spanish. I can't believe it's already Wednesday. Okay, before I get started, let me tell you about the member stream. We're going to do that tomorrow night. I decided to do it tomorrow night because I won't be live tomorrow morning. I have a doctor's appointment that I have to go to. So tomorrow night we'll do our member stream. I'm going to open up one of my diamond paintings, the Starry Night one, and show it to you guys. I'm going to be working on my rooster, finishing up on it. I'm about done with it. I don't like too much more. And we may talk about some true crime during that. But anyways, Z Storage says, good job. Thank you. And Friday night, Mike and I will be live discussing the John Benet Ramsey case at 8:30 p.m. And I done have that stream set up, but I will reshare that in a community post. Hey, Chatterbox. Good morning. How are you? Shine On. Stupid morning came too quick. Could easily slid back into the land of Nod. I know it. Well, I went to bed kind of late, and then I woke up like at 3 o'clock this morning. I stayed up for a little bit, not long, about 30 minutes. Then I fell back asleep. Every time I do that, when I wake back up, it makes me not feel good. I got a headache and everything. I took my blood pressure medicine. Hopefully that crap kicks in and straightens my head up. I do feel, my head does feel a little foggy, a little fuzzy. But anyhow, I want to share this with y'all. Then we'll be, after I share this with y'all, after we read this, we'll talk about some domestic violence statistics. Okay, let me get a drink of coffee. Also, I want to share a little update about Sydney West. She's from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. She went out to California to go to college, and she disappeared. We're going to watch a little video her family put out, and now they're offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to, her whereabouts. Okay. Connecticut senator introduces Jennifer's Law in honor of New Canaan mother Jennifer Dulos. Connecticut Senator Alex Kasser, Greenwich, Stamford, and New Canaan has introduced Jennifer's Law for the 2021 legislative session. The bill is named in honor of Jennifer Dulos, the New Canaan mother who was murdered by her husband while she was pleading for her and her children's safety in family court, and whose 5 children are now orphaned. They're living with her mother in a nice apartment in New York City. So sad. The focus of the bill is to update and modernize the definition of domestic violence in Connecticut state law to include coercive control, a pattern of abuse, which is not necessarily physical, that isolates, dominates, and intimidates a victim excuse me, into submission through a pattern of behavior. This can include assault, psychological abuse, financial abuse, revenge porn, stalking, and other forms of domination and threat. The bill would also prioritize child safety in custody proceedings by making domestic violence, including child abuse, the first factor assessed by the family court in a case involving custody. The bill also requires coercive control training by professionals with direct experience working with survivors, as well as legal support for victims seeking a protective order from the court. Kasser's bill would require judges to recognize victims of domestic violence and child abuse and give them the safety and protection they deserve. When women are the victims of abuse, they seek safety for themselves and their children. Often that means staying with the abuser because the danger of leaving is too great. But when victims do summon the courage to leave, we have a responsibility to believe and protect them. Too many women have lost their lives just trying to get free, and too many children have become collateral damage in this struggle. It is time for us to shine a light on domestic violence in all its forms and protect those who need protecting. Women feel shame and fear when they're with their abuser, and when they leave, they are re traumatized by a society that doesn't believe them. Domestic violence is a public health crisis that's been exacerbated by the pandemic, and oftentimes the signs are invisible. Many victims say that the invisible forms of domestic violence, aka coercive control, are more terrifying than physical violence. It's time to update our systems and beliefs to reflect this reality. It's time to remove the stigma, shame, and fear. It's time for real change, said Senator Alex Kasser, lead sponsor of this legislation. National experts agree that domestic violence includes not only physical and sexual abuse, it includes additional actions used to dominate and control a spouse or partner, making her or him afraid, powerless, and sub. I can't pronounce that word. Subjected, something. These actions are collectively referred to as coercive control. Hawaii passed a coercive control bill in September 2020. California has one too. Given the national attention on the Jennifer Dulos case and the fact that domestic violence affects women in every community, Connecticut should be a leader on this issue, added Kasser. For 2 years, Jennifer Dulos and Fotis Dulos were engaged in a divorce and child custody litigation in Connecticut family court. In court transcripts, she said her husband expects to exhibit complete control over me and the children. The Dulos court transcripts also revealed the rising tension and frustration of the litigants with the escalating time in the courtroom, over 500 pleadings on their case docket, as well as the rising cost of the legal bills to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Police are examining the Dulos divorce as part of their investigation, which was racking up enormous costs, including fees paid to at least 3 attorneys, family therapists, 3 psychologists, and court-approved monitors working on the case. According to Betsy Keller, the founder of Connecticut Protective Moms, a grassroots advocacy group for protective moms in family court proceedings, the 10% of family court divorce and separation cases that eventually go before a family court judge are labeled high conflict by court professionals, but are very often abuse cases. These court professionals, judges, family lawyers, forensic psychology evaluators, and family relations counselors, do not have the needed extensive training in domestic violence and the complicated tactics of how coercive control plays out in a court of law. Seasoned domestic violence experts know that the high conflict label is a misnomer, and these contentious custody and divorce cases can often be a red flag indicating a abuser's coercive control tactics, including legal abuse to punish the victim for leaving them. Okay. I'm not going to read that. Okay, Judge Albus concluded that by adopting language as suggested by Senator Kasser, the legislation will allow judges to evaluate all domestic violence to the scrutiny it deserves, particularly in cases involving child custody. According to research, domestic violence only presents itself as veritable physical violence in 10% of reported cases. However, many domestic violence cases include an abuser escalating use of coercive control tactics, emotional, verbal, financial, legal abuse, stalking, and isolation. This bill could have better protected Jennifer Dulos and countless other Connecticut mothers and children who have been harmed over the years while seeking safety from an abusive partner in family court, says Danielle Pollock of Child USA, a national think tank for child protection. Okay. So on down here, it just goes on to list numerous women that were eventually killed by their partners while they were trying to seek safety. I think this law is a wonderful idea. Now, there's something else. I'm going to look at the chat in just a minute, y'all. But I want to pull up some statistics here. Unfortunately, a lot of us women have been abused at one time or another during our lives. Okay. Hold on, share something. Okay. We're going to look at some statistics about domestic violence. Okay, just let me look at the chat. Hey, Nika, how are you? I know someone who controls their boyfriend's every move. It's quite sad. Hey, if you can't trust someone, you don't need them. You don't need them around you, for real. For real. Legal abuse now, that's interesting. Yeah, a lot of people will try to pay their ex back by taking them to court and giving them a hard time in court. You know, I never thought about that. Legal abuse. Somebody could be abused legally, but they can. I never knew about coercive control until this morning when I was reading about it. And then I found this about some statistics. I can't talk about domestic violence. On average, nearly 20 people per minute are victims of physical violence by an intimate partner in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner within their lifetime. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 7 men have experienced severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. 1 in 7 women, 1 in 18 men have experienced stalking, victimization during their lifetime in which they felt very fearful or believed that they or someone close to them would be harmed or killed. On a typical day, there are more than 20,000 phone calls placed to domestic violence hotlines nationwide. In domestic violence homicides, women are 6 times more likely to be killed when there is a gun in the house. Intimate partner violence accounts for 15% of all violent crimes. Intimate partner violence is most common among women between the ages of 18 and 24. There's a lot of older women that are abused by their partners too. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all. If you see someone being abused, an adult being abused, report it. Same way you would report it if you saw a child being abused. If you see something, say something. If you hear your neighbors fighting and you think one of them's being beat on, pick up the phone and call the cops on them, for real. Hey, Carolina girl. Domestic abuse comes in many forms, yes. You know, there's a lot of instances where someone is not being physically abused. They're just being mentally abused. Mental abuse is just as bad as physical. And then lots of times someone's being physically and mentally abused at the same time. Most of the time, if someone's beating up on somebody, they're mentally abusing them too. It's going to traumatize you. Any abuse is bad. I heard someone once say physical abuse is worse than mental abuse. Hey, you can't say that. Can't say that. Personally, I'd rather for somebody to slap the crap out of me and talk to me bad. I mean, for real. But like I say, if someone's being physically abused, hey, that's going to damage them mentally. Abuse is bad. So, hey, never lose hope. I was selling a stove at Marketplace for my sister. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Vicky, good morning. Anyways, I just want to share with y'all a few statistics about domestic violence and share that law. I hope it gets passed. I don't think it's passed yet. It said it's introducing it. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. I'm not familiar with all those terms, y'all. Okay. So next, I want to give y'all an update on Sydney West's case. She's from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. She went to California to go to Berkeley College, and she just disappeared. Her family is now offering a $10,000 reward. And we're going to take a listen to her mom and dad's video. I need to unplug my mic so it don't robot.
Hi, we are Kimberly and Jay West, Sydney West parents. As many of you know, our daughter went missing on the morning of September 30th, where she was last seen on the Golden Gate Bridge.
You know, that morning that Sydney was on the bridge, there was a lot of people that were near her. I know this because I reviewed the video. So we absolutely believe that somebody must know something.
So because it's almost 4 months now, and we are desperate to have our daughter back, we are offering a $10,000 reward to anybody who is able to locate and bring her home to us.
Or provide information that does the same. And that information should be passed to Scott Dudek, our private investigator in San Francisco. You know, we have received tips and people ask us all the time, you know, is there anything new? And the reality is that we get tips all the time. Some is, you know, just as few as a couple of weeks ago, somebody, you know, says that they saw Sydney near a food truck in San Francisco. Many of these tips, they haven't panned out. But we are hopeful because not all of them, we've been able to run them all the way down. So we want our daughter home.
So please share and help us bring her home.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, let me make sure I'm not muted. Okay, says the family of a North Carolina teen who vanished in California. Of course, they're offering the $10,000 reward for information that leads to her whereabouts. 19-year-old Sydney West of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, vanished after moving to California to attend the University of California, Berkeley. She was last seen on September 30th, 2020, in the area of Crissy Field, near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco at around 6:45 a.m. On January 25th, Sydney's family offered the reward in hopes that someone would come forward. Jay West said that there were a lot of people who were near her on the bridge. We absolutely believe that someone knows something, Sydney's father, Jay West, said on Facebook. What happened to her? Could she have jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge? Someone could have threw her off of it too. Here is a picture of Sydney. Beautiful young lady. So Sydney stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighs 135 pounds. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen in a sweatshirt, white athletic shorts, and blue slip-on Vans shoes. North Carolina authorities said West prefers to be called Sid and may be carrying a black backpack. Anyone with information about Sydney West in San Francisco should call Scott Dudek. Is that how you say that? At 925-705-8328. She's been missing for a long time, since September 30th. I hope they find her safe and sound. She could have been, really stressed out. She's a long ways from home, and she could have had some kind of mental breakdown or something. She could have been suffering from depression, just feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, starting college, being so far away from home. I got a suspicion that foul play might be involved here. She is a beautiful girl. Oh my, because I think she jumped, or did someone push her? I'm not for sure. I mean, it's possible she could have jumped. She could have been feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, but I don't know. I just feel like foul play might be involved. I wish we had more information. I had forgot all about this case too, Carolina girl. I hate to admit that, but it's truth until this morning. And I was like, oh my God, I remember this. Personally don't think something happened on the bridge if there was a bunch of people around. I think someone would have seen her go overboard. Well, that's what I was thinking too. I'm glad you said that, because there was a bunch of people around. Maybe no one noticed. Maybe she walked away from the bridge and someone grabbed her. I mean, she's out there in a big city. Probably all kinds of weirdos around. Trying to blend in with the normal folks. Hey, there's weirdos everywhere. I got weirdos living around me. Didn't even know it till the other day. Bunch of sex offenders in the area. That map was lit up, red dots. I bet you there's at least 5 or 6. Hope you've been doing well, Will. Okay. Anyways, prayers for Sydney's family. We'll keep following this. Hopefully they give us an update. I wonder if there's any cameras on that bridge. It's a pretty good sized bridge. You'd think there would be. Okay. Now, I saw something crazy this morning. This family in Arizona found 5,000 fentanyl pills inside of a glowworm toy that they had purchased for their daughter at a thrift store. It was over 5,000 fentanyl pills. They were cleaning it and found them on the inside. My son had a glowworm. I had a glowworm growing up. And I see a silver alert for an elderly man. We may have to look at that. Okay. Family discovers over 5,000 fentanyl pills inside daughter's glowworm toy. An Arizona family was in shock after discovering a stash of fentanyl pills inside their daughter's toy. NBC News reports that the incident happened at a thrift store in El Mirage on Saturday. Phoenix police said the child's parents found the drugs stuffed in a sandwich bag while cleaning the inside of the toy. Look at this crap. Oh my gosh. The family contacted authorities immediately, according to Phoenix police. They did the exact right thing, Special Agent Sherry Oz with the Drug Enforcement Administration said. It was sad that a family was scared and put at risk. Oz added that the incident is an anomaly and not the norm for drug traffickers. Drug traffickers will ensure delivery of a contraband into another drug trafficker's hand, she said, adding that each one of those pills has the potential to kill 1 or 2 people. Meanwhile, officials issued a reminder for parents to thoroughly inspect any open and used toys. Oh my gosh, just think if they hadn't have inspected that toy and been cleaning it up, and that kid had found those pills inside of it and thought it was candy. That would have been bad. Thank God they were being good parents and cleaning that toy up. Yeah, inspect all toys that you buy used from thrift stores or yard sales, flea markets, and please always disinfect any used item that you buy. For real. I much don't want to buy used items anymore because of the coronavirus. For real. I know a lot of people disinfect things before they donate it, but a lot of people don't. They'll just throw it in there any old way. Let me see what y'all are saying. Well, thank you for the super chat. Sorry I'm late. Take my late slip, CC. Hope everyone has a great day. I'm gonna give you another late slip. Thank you, Will, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can y'all believe that? I wonder how, someone, of course, hid those pills there. But, did they forget about it? Were the cops coming and they had to, stash it real quick? What happened? I believe you're probably right. It's a grand shame. That is a lot of money. Over 5,000 fentanyl pills. I don't know how much fentanyl pills are on the street, what the value of them is. I'd say probably $100. I guarantee it. One fentanyl pill is probably $100. I don't know. Heck yeah, probably thousands of dollars worth of drugs. Yeah. Well, just think, over 5,000 pills, and let's say that they were $100 a piece. It's a lot of freaking money. A lot of freaking money. Okay. Did y'all see where Tiger Woods was in a bad accident? I started to make that one of my topics this morning. I got a bunch of notes about it. Jaws of Life was used to rescue him. He had to be pulled out of his car window. I reckon he had just had some kind of back surgery last week. I've got some stuff here. Cheryl T, good morning. I think it's way behind in chat there. My StreamYard's chat, it will never catch up. Let me get my Tiger Woods stuff pulled up here. Yeah, now he has broken his tibia, his ankle, his fibia. They've had to use screws, plates, and pins to put him back together. Here, I got an article from TMZ that shows a video of him before he crashed. There's a camera that caught him. Let's take a look at it. I'm glad he's okay. I hate to say this, but I'm just wondering if he might have been under the influence of some medication. He just had surgery like last week, and he does have a history of addiction, using narcotics, drinking and driving. Didn't he get caught drinking and driving? Oh, this is going to load slow. Let's see. It's probably going to play an ad. When I was trying to pull it up this morning, it didn't want to load the video. Okay, TMZ Sports obtained the first video of Tiger driving Tuesday morning on Hawthorne Boulevard minutes before the crash. This surveillance video shows two vehicles heading uphill. Tiger's Genesis GB80 SUV is trailing behind a minivan at just past 7:05 a.m. Okay, well, let's look. Okay, so there he is. Okay. I mean, it is a curvy road. Gosh, it looks so nice there. I'd love to go there. Okay, and there is the scene of the wreckage. See if we can get it to play. Gosh almighty. He really had a terrible accident. He's lucky to be alive. Look at that. Wow. He had just hosted a golf tournament. He hosted the Genesis Open. It's an invitational golf tournament. Here's my notes. Severe leg, ankle injuries. Rods, pins, screws needed to stabilize the injuries. So what happened? He lost control. He crossed a center divided thing and rolled over numerous times before stopping. Wow. Thank God he's alive. I am not one that likes to drive fast. I get on to Mark all the time for it. I go the speed limit. I mean, if you must drive fast, I mean, just go like 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. It's a bad idea to drive fast on curvy roads. I grew up here in the mountains. You know, all of our roads are curvy. You can't be driving fast. He was on Ambien when he wrecked his car after his wife found out he was cheating. Yeah, and I was thinking that they found him knotted out sitting in his vehicle in the middle of the road once. Too. Booze Love Empirical. Let me give y'all some late slips. I'm glad he's okay. I'm not going to be too judgmental, but, you know, when I found out that he had back surgery last week and he does have a history of abusing prescription pills, I did wonder if he got some pain pills because of that surgery and was taking them and knotted out. That's what I was thinking. How many times has he been caught cheating, Vicky? He had a beautiful wife. I can't think of her name. I've not followed Tiger Woods closely. I mean, I know who he is. I know he's like a golf champion. The people around the area have complained about the road for a while now. Yeah, it looks like super curvy. They need to change the speed limit there. They need to lower the speed limit. He was driving really fast, though, they said. And he crossed the road. When he crossed the divider in the road, crossed traffic, I guess, and then went off the side of the road, rolled several times before stopping. Thank God he's okay. Thank God no one was killed. I think the South had so much problems with winter because they don't realize slow down means slow way down. Yeah. Winter is not over for us in the South. It's been beautiful here for the last 2 days, and that's a bad sign. We're probably getting ready to get hit with a big snowstorm. That's usually how it happens. One time we got over a foot of snow. I believe it was like in April 1993. Thank God he didn't kill nobody when he crossed the traffic. Thank God. I guess he crossed the traffic. It said he went across the divider. I'm just glad he didn't hurt. I'm glad he's okay and he didn't hurt anyone else for real. I wonder if he wasn't paying attention or what. Always love. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Your name looks familiar to me. Seems like I've had trouble pronouncing that. He cheated on Ellen more than 100 times. Hey, I divorced his ass. I would have divorced his ass and made him pay me alimony and child support, and she probably did. I don't see how he could be committed to any woman. He's been famous from a very young age. All this money and stuff, and I guess he couldn't resist the temptation. All them women throwing themselves at him. Still no excuse. I don't know if they found any pills or not empirical, but I do know that he had back surgery. Uh-oh, here comes stinking Mark. Coming in to interrupt my stream, get my dogs barking. Oh, he had to go get some chicken feed and some dog food and stuff. I'd say if they found anything in his system, it will come out and he will be charged. Probably reckless driving, DUID, something. We only have one life. Oh, we only have one life. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope you've been doing well. Oh, guys, I saw something that I wanted to share with y'all. There's some weirdo monsters robbed this woman, this elderly woman in Texas who was dead. She froze to death. You know, when that snowstorm hit. Let me find it. I hope Lady don't start barking. She's going to. Let me find it real quick. Right here. Robbers ransack Texas great-grandmother's home after she freezes to death alone during cold snap power outage. Lady barks when Mark comes home, so she will keep barking. She will keep barking if he doesn't acknowledge her. If he pets any other dogs, she'll keep barking like that. Okay, I'm trying to find this. Lady, please stop that. Calm down. I'm about done. Okay, right here it is. Look, she is so cute. Let's see. Robbers reportedly ransacked the home of a Texas woman who was found froze to death on Tuesday amid a winter storm that left millions without electricity. Mary G's granddaughter said police discovered the elder's body at her Houston apartment. The medical examiner attributed the 84-year-old's death to hypothermia. Relatives said her heat and power were shut off at her residence on Monday, a day before she was found deceased. Not even a day after G was found dead, the burglars reportedly stole the late elder's stereo, television, and phone. KTRK reported the suspects, also took off with Army badges belonging to G's son. G's son died last year from COVID, according to KRIV. G's grandson suggested the individuals who robbed his late grandmother's home knew she had died hours earlier. Ain't that a damn shame? People got no respect. Mm-mm. God has a plan for those people, he told the news station. KTRK reported that 22 deaths in the Houston area, have been linked to weather-related causes, including hypothermia and carbon monoxide poisoning associated with the winter storm that left millions in the state without electricity and water. That's a damn shame. The medical examiner is reportedly in the process of determining whether the unprecedented winter storm is to blame for 12 more fatalities in the area. Hey, I saw pictures. There was icicles inside of apartment hallways, inside of apartment buildings, hallways and stuff, hanging on the doors and everything. Crazy, sad. Anyways, prayers for Miss G's family. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here and go eat and stuff. Mark just came in with some food, and all my little dogs are up and moving about. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and I won't be live in the morning, but I will see all the channel members tomorrow night. Going to do a stream, do some diamond painting, maybe talk some true crime, and I'll open up my Starry Night canvas. I'm eager to open that up so I can get it laid out and flattened out and work on it as soon as I'm done with this rooster. Anyways, thanks for chatting. Have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace.